Good evening. Oh, hold on. You guys can hear the game audio. let me just mute the game audio so that we can have a little bit of a chatting before we start the whole gaming stream. Good evening, Chan. Welcome to the stream. It's been a while. Last stream was last week. It's been quite a while. Yes, it has. I do wish that I did want to stream more, but this week's a bit busy in terms of collabs I'm doing and also other IRL stuff. But yeah, at least we have this day to stream. So like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna finish this at least investigation. I want to at least finish the investigation. Maybe do the first part of the whole case, the whole court case, but we'll see. Hello, Likokun. Hello, Ratty. Hello, Potato Pie. Miligo. And hello. Welcome to the stream. How are you guys? Walker. Hello. How are ya? How are ya? It's been a while. Yeah. I say it's been a while, but it's literally only been a few days. To me, it's been a while. Where did you guys go? No, it has not. It's not been that long. Fun fact, this case does not have a trial section. What? Why? Is this still the tutorial? Why is there no trial? It's still the... Am I still in the... We were still in the tutorial all this time. Went to buy milk. Yeah, Walker, you missed the last stream. You were out buying milk. But that's okay. That's okay. By the way, chat, I have good news. I've got good news. Although there will be less streams this week because I'm only streaming today and I don't have any other days to stream for the rest of the week. Next week, it is time, chat. It is time for drumroll, please. The chicken stream! Chicken fight! Chicken fight! Chicken fight! Chicken fight stream next week. Take note. I have not planned exactly which day. Definitely on a weekday because I'm also busy on the weekend. I can't help if I'm a social butterfly and I have too many my social calendar is all booked for the weekends. Can't help it. So on a weekday for sure. It took place in a ship in the middle of the ocean, so what court is there to be held? That is true. I would have at least thought there would be some kind of makeshift court, on the ship. For some reason, that's what I thought. But we'll see. Maybe there is. Maybe there is some sort of makeshift court. We'll see. Definitely excited to continue this game. But yeah, chicken stream next week, chat. Chicken stream. I don't think it's gonna be that long of a stream because it's like a puppetry story thing. Well, we'll see. We'll see how long I can make it. It's basically it's improv, chat. Just remember that Nym is doing improv for the chicken fight stream. I've not made a storyline for any of the chicken fights, but it's all improv as well. I'm gonna go by whatever happens. Even I don't know what's gonna happen. Even I don't know who's gonna win each chicken battle. But yeah, it's all improv. Chicken stream. Yeah, place your bets. I can't take bets, sadly, because YouTube will not allow gambling. I don't know why I say that sadly. It's not sadly, it's only right. YouTube does not allow gambling, so there shall be no legitimate gambling in the chicken fight stream. You cannot place your bets on individual chickens. But if you all plead hard enough, we will have special attacks. Each chicken has a special attack, and we can use a special attack if you plead hard enough, aka give me money. I'm just kidding. I would play the secret attacks for free, actually. You gamble with your pride. Like we have any. It's okay, chat. I'm not taking your money. It's okay. But I'm excited. That's what's happening next week. So that's all I've got planned. I'm still thinking of... I probably will do more gaming streams next week, but we'll see. And yep. Yep. There's also part 3 of the movie screenplay writing because I haven't finished all the movies that you guys sent in. I do want to make scripts for all the movies, but yeah, there's that. So still lots of stuff I gotta do. Gotta stream next week. I'm hoping to stream at least. I'm hoping to stream on the weekday at least Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. 3 days in a row. Hoping I can do it. We'll see. We'll see how tired I am. I get tired easily. I'm an old lady. So yeah, let's get on to the game. You know, let's get on to the game. That's what we're here for. Today is a gaming stream. Bum, bum, bum. Are you guys ready? Hold on. Now we bring the game audio. Can you guys hear the game audio? Game audio good, chat? Game audio great? You can hear everything? Let me know. Let me know if anything is off in audio, because you know I can't hear what you guys hear on stream. Yeah, I've got audio. Okay, nice. Okay, so from the last time, recap. Everyone in chat, recap. We are on a boat, snuck in on a boat with the love of our lives, Kazuma, because obviously we're gonna elope. You know, it's an elopement of Kazuma and Ryunosuke. I think Ryunosuke was his name. Ryunosuke. We're gonna elope. We're gonna have. They share a room. They were roommates, and then boom, Kazuma's dead. So we're trying to find out how he died, and it was not me who killed him. Probably, most likely, or was it me? Ryunosuke was hiding in the closet. Exactly. You know why Kazuma died? Because Ryunosuke hid in the closet. He should just came out and told him he loved him. If Ryunosuke stopped hiding in the closet and told Kazuma that he loved him, he would have been alive. But here we are now. Our lover. Okay. So I feel so sad. I don't know how can I continue. Okay, Kazuma's dead. What if Kazuma's dead?
He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. And these handcuffs. They think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer? When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean?
A locked room murder. Bum, bum, bum. As someone who completed the game, why are your phrases have a lot of foreshadowing? I don't know. I don't know.
There's no access to the cabin via porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from the outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these 4 walls.
What?
Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin.
What if he's still hiding though? You never know.
Or do you have some other explanation? This is impossible! How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me!
Maybe he reported it like Among Us. Would be funny if Ryunosuke was accused of murder again in the 3rd case. Why am I always accused of murder? What did I do in my past life to have this kind of luck that every time I'm accused of murder?
The cause of death is still undetermined.
It's undetermined. Maybe he's alive, Chad. I have hope. I'm gonna cope. I don't care what you say. I have hope. They don't know how he died. There's no body. I don't see no body right now. He's still alive somewhere. He's still alive. There's no body. No one knows how he died. I'm coping. Alright, welcome. Good morning to you. Coping so hard right now.
The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience.
Why? Wait, actually, maybe I guess so. If do all doctors know how to do an autopsy? I always just assumed.
I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then. That's true, yes.
Now, how did he die? If there's no, like, did he just... A heart attack? Aneurysm? That happens. About the incident.
Can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes, I was, but...
If you know how he died, you will definitely not believe he died that way. What do you mean? What's me? He's alive. I don't know. I don't care what you say. He's alive. I believe. I shall believe. If I believe hard enough, it will happen.
He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning.
Ooh. And then...
I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage.
Why is she waiting outside his cabin every day? Are you trying to steal our husband? Susato, I'm on to you, girl. She's trying to steal our man, Chad.
But this morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at this cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew.
Maybe she's trying to steal you from Kazuma. Me? No, it can't be me. Damn, we stay in the closet and he goes out exercising.
The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside, he woke.
No!
There was Kazuma-sama, collapsed on the floor.
That's not a real body. That's just someone else's body. Fake death. Someone else's body disguised as Kazuma. I cope very hard.
And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe.
That's true. Why was I in the closet asleep? How could I not know about this? We will know soon.
This is all very hard to believe for me too, trust me.
Susato is 16? Huh, I see. She's not legal yet, chat. She's not legal yet.
Now that I told you everything that I know, so it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. My head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything.
Stowaway. What's a stowaway? Stowaway.
Why are you even on board the ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh yes, I'm afraid that's true.
There was Kazuma writing. We don't know what Kazuma was writing. She's legal in Japan. I don't know. I thought 18 was the age in Japan.
Oh yes, I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time.
So you're telling me that Kazuma and Yunosuke were stuck in the same room for 2 weeks and probably slept on the same bed for 2 weeks. And nothing happened?
I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, that would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together.
Yunosuke probably only slept in the closet. I was in the closet for 2 weeks. 2 weeks in the closet? Come on. 2 weeks? Yunosuke didn't bathe at all? Oh no, I must be so stinky.
He actually asked you? But why?
That's true, Kazuma did invite us in his room. He wanted us to go to England together.
I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you?
He wanted to elope with you, Yunosuke. You're so dense.
It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself? Well, yes, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it. I can assure you of that.
Sure, Kazuma. You really just wanted me to be with you in England. Don't be shy.
But I never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing.
He's about to confess his love, Jet! I knew it.
Forget it.
You become a lawyer with me. We'll be together forever. I don't know, something like that.
Kazuma-sama he was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system.
They could get married. Let's go! I feel like I'm just delusional at this point.
Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little.
Yeah, well, how could he die?
The look in his eyes then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before.
Ooh.
Susato-san. I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on the ship, I mean. If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact.
Last night. What did happen last night?
If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin?
Ooh, Susato, I don't know if you want to know what happened last night, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did.
I mean, poor Yunosuke. For 2 weeks, he was just being fed. And then after being fed, okay, back to the wardrobe I go. Just imagine spending your entire day in the closet for 2 weeks. How? Did I ever stretch my legs? Was I even able to stretch my legs?
After that, I fell asleep? Well, yes.
Sounds like a dream, to be honest. No, it doesn't. It's cramped, dark, probably not very warm, probably, and you get bored in the closet.
So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed?
Well, yes. I'm waiting for the greatest detective in the world, Sherlock Holmes. Yeah. We saw Sherlock Holmes. We saw him. He should arrive at any moment, maybe. We haven't been formally introduced yet in the story, but we saw him in the opening scene.
I know it sounds unbelievable, really I do, but it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please, forget it. Susato-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there is no one else who could possibly have done this.
Guilty!
Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry, but Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then?
Would you like to guess who is Sholmes' partner in the Ace Attorney canon? Watson or something? A Watson, probably? If not Watson, a Watson. But they're gonna change the name. So... Oh, is that why it's Sholmes and Wilson? Of course. Sholmes and Wilson. Ryuki! Good evening! Welcome!
I'm going to investigate.
Investigate? I can't read, chat.
I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life, and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Hiya!
Oh! Investigate? It could be a word.
What the? That was a Susato takedown.
A Susato what?
What martial art form is that? I'm going to need you to prove it.
Sorry, prove it.
Yes, you're innocent. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to...
I like how I'm talking to her and I'm still lying down, like just staring at her, just lying down.
Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime.
I don't have evidence! Oh, okay, it might be the paper seal. If I went out of the paper seal, because if I went out of the wardrobe, right? If I went out, that seal would drop. But because it was still on the door, I never went out. Exactly. Time to watch the stream upside down. Yeah, keep out. This is the paper seal I wrote for the wardrobe. Okay. Still, I was sure people would get the idea even if they couldn't read it. What does it say? I'm trying to read Japanese, but I forget how to read.
Yes! Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before.
Wah! Thank you for subscribing! Rex! Thank you! I got shook from my... I don't think you guys can hear it for some reason. The alerts, but yeah, they do have a sound on my end. I'm still trying to figure out why you can't hear it.
Was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh yes, it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there. Just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Ah! Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma.
Unless there's a way for me, I don't know. There could still be a way.
Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor,
Why am I still on the floor, actually?
I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you.
Hear that, chat? He thought highly of me.
Thank you, Susato-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up?
I can't even stand up on my own. I'm so weak. What if someone killed Kazuma by doing a sick trick shot from the other room? Can you just imagine the amount of work that would different tries that would have to entail?
Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here at least. Thank you, so you finally believe me. I'm sorry, no.
What? What? Nani?
I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. What does she think I am, a magician? For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Susato-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh! I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right.
Okay, chat.
Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I will avenge your death!
He's not dead yet. He's not dead yet. He's not dead yet. If I say it 3 times, it will happen. He's not dead yet. He's not dead yet. He's not dead yet. Okay. So, what the heck is this? I thought it was a... Is that a chicken bone? I thought it was a leg of a dog.
That's my dinner from last night, a roast chicken. It was really tasty. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But, did you eat it on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor.
Yeah, the sailor's still here. He's just like... The sailor's Russian, so I assume he doesn't understand what Susato and I are talking about. So he's probably just like staring. What are these two on to? How big is that chicken? Exactly, that's a huge leg.
But Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me! Oh no, does that mean poor Kazuma spent his last night on Earth with an empty belly? It's just too horrible.
Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. That can't be a roast chicken.
Oh dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Susato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused, I forget to look around properly. Ah yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san?
What do you mean? I've been looking. I haven't been. We've. Oh, okay. I understand. We can move the thing. Okay, I got it. It's still a tutorial.
I'm sure you're careful to look around using left and right, aren't you? Now let's investigate all the corners of this cabin. Yes, let's do that.
He dead because he hungry. No wonder he died. He died of starvation. Kazuma probably ate the garnish that comes with the chicken. Maybe there's mashed potatoes with that chicken. Sharing a meal with their boyfriend. Kazuma is so thoughtful. See, we shared our last meal together. Last meal. Okay, so I'm curious about this spot on the floor.
What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two.
Oh, maybe Kazuma sliced it in two with his katana.
The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit.
I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he?
And the mark beside it. What is it, I wonder? It has some sort of brick-like hue.
Yes, you're right. It is the color of a brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. Okay, there is ink spilled right here. I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we gotta look at this writing, right? Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink.
He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage.
It looks tap pay pog. Pog! Pog! Kazuma was Twitch chat after all. Kazuma just wanted to write pog before he died. Kazuma died from someone trick-shotting from the other room using a brick. Exactly.
Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it.
Pogzuma, let's go. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of clue in his final moments, was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. I'm not on Twitch. Pog.
I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san.
What? Then what language it is? Is it? I can't read.
It pains me to admit it, but I don't know.
It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? What does it mean? Is it Russian? It's probably Russian, right? Kazuma was Russian all along. I didn't know he had that talent. Majilu and Konniya! Welcome, welcome, welcome! We're investigating the death of my husbando, Kazuma. But he might still be alive. I have hope. I have hope.
There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason.
Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute.
What is it?
That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. I've been drugged, chat. I've been drugged.
So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama.
No. Oh, the katana.
That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip.
I also say ship, but it's trip.
I suppose that shows just how important it was to him.
I'm amazed that the Russian people let this Japanese man carry a sword on board, but okay. Sure.
And now he's gone, but I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet.
What does this say? I can't read Russian.
These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
Well, Kazuma did bring a pet. That is me. And a sword, so...
What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? I can't decide.
Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. I am both a pet and a dangerous object. Both. Exactly, both. Those aren't rules, those are suggestions. You're right, there's a difference. Rules and suggestions are different.
That's a very large traveling case, isn't it?
Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Is that where I was hiding?
Memories? What do you mean?
Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case.
Ah yes, I see it says "this way up" in Japanese.
Which in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewmen wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over. And then I was tossed on the floor in here.
Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds.
Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Okay, let's look at the left side. Well, did I check the body? It says check mark. So maybe we can check this one.
The books have fallen over the shelf. Look, they've all toppled the same way. And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked and everything mound down at once. I wonder if... Perhaps it was Kazuma-sama's doing. Perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training, do you think?
I seriously doubt it.
Then perhaps... It was you, Naruhodo-san, in a fit of rage.
I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books in a statue.
Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder?
Maybe there was something that was missing.
Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess.
Girl, she's not supposed to move the crime scene. What is this lady thinking? What is this lady thinking? Morning sword training. Yuki, it's not that kind of sword training, I swear. It's not. What? Morning sword training with Naruhodo-san? No! Chat, please! Chat, no! Bonk. I thought I was the problem, but it's you guys. It's you guys as well. She just touched the crime scene. Arrest her, officer! Arrest her! Oh, this pipe. Maybe this is something. Okay, well, the pipe is nothing. Well, look at the books then.
This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. London Diary. Poor Kazuma, he didn't even make it to his destination. It looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means, what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Hiya!
He didn't stop her. I know, right? Why would you just let her touch the crime scene? She won't let me touch the crime scene, but she can touch the crime scene?
That's out of the question. Well, Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts.
But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. You know what? This is what it's gonna be. It is the diary as a confession of his love for Yunosuke. And Susato's just too embarrassed to show me.
Poor Kazuma-sama.
I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Okay, fine. We all know what it says. We all know it's about me. We all know it's his true feelings for me.
It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san?
I think living isn't quite the right description.
Oh no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting, making this voyage in your own secret hideout.
The trouble was, I never knew when a member of a crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception.
But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin.
No, sadly not. Pull the red ribbon on the side of the room. Okay. Here's the red ribbon.
Yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think.
What do you mean, contraption?
I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants.
This bell cord looks kinda Japanese though. Well, I do know about that bell thing in calling the servants in the servants' quarters and stuff.
Really, that sounds magical!
The doors have locks though. Why did he sleep in the closet? Because the crew could come in, according to Kazuma. But really, Kazuma's actually just a yandere and just wanted to keep me all to himself. I understand.
Shall we give it a little try? Yes, in the interest of cultural research, obviously.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all.
Oh, maybe someone will come in.
When I went for help, the crewmen forced the door open. This vault had been firmly closed.
It's quite a small vault and not particularly sturdy, and it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. Maybe through the vent. I see a vent right up there, chat. Among Us? He vented? He could go through the vent, right? Sus. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and a thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this.
Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine.
Yeah, there's a reason why she's called Sasato! Let's look at the vent. The vent!
I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to, you're right.
How could you tell that this connects to the next room from here? How would we know?
But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough, or something like that. I suppose maybe that's it.
Because then we are in the ship. Okay, fine. Oh my god! How did he get here? What the? Huh? When did he get here? When did he get here, chat? I didn't notice.
Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he... You've noticed the man too, have you?
I like how he's on the table just looking upside down. Sholmes is simply an enigma. The heck Sholmes doing? What the Sholmes doing?
I have no idea who he is or how he got here, but he looks suspicious and tall. Suspiciously tall. Naruhodo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no, I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And is he investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. Am I just imagining it, or does Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case. If you press A on people when they're in cross...
Okay, I know that. I will talk to him.
Oh, please do.
Okay, before we talk to... You know what? Before we talk to him, I want to talk to this guy. Just let Sholmes hang out there, you know. Just let him just hang on that desk. Let him kneel on that desk for a little while longer. I'll talk to the sailor man first. Hello, no name. Good evening, Nym. Have you taken your daily dose of copium? I am coping right now. Kazuma is alive. We just have to find evidence of his life. They don't know how he died. I don't see a body right now. He could still be alive.
Perhaps I should see what this Russian crewman makes of the scene of the crime. Excuse me.
What?
I was wondering how it's going. The investigation, I mean.
Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes. But it's not true, I see.
Sorry?
The criminal asking investigator for information about his crime? Very funny.
Oh, it wasn't supposed to be a joke. He doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty. Might have useful information though. I have to keep trying. So last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
Niet, of course not. Now back to the corner of the room and make silent. I say no more to you.
Did I hit a nerve? Just for a minute there, he seemed a little flustered.
Well, doesn't want to talk to me. Guess we're gonna talk to Sherlock. No, to Herlock Sholmes. Throughout the game, you won't know if Sholmes is either a genuine idiot or the smartest man in England. I feel like most people are like that. Like, I feel like most geniuses are a little bit odd, and it's amazing. Let's go! Yes, I did get a nice strong dose of copium.
Excuse me.
Oh god, Chad, I have to do a British accent. British! I can't be British!
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
I can only be British. I can't do a man's British accent. Chad, I'm so sorry. We can't do a British accent, but I'll try.
Shh. This is a critical point in my investigation.
Oh, how is that critical? He's just staring me under the desk.
Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best.
No, we don't leave him alone. Oh my god, he's right in front of me.
Greetings. I hope I have...
Okay, I don't know what he said.
Ah!
Your British accent is great. No, it's not.
What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now? Oh, I see. Fascinating. Sorry, what do you see? Feels like it's looking right through me. Oh, yes. Everything is clear now.
I don't know how to do a British accent, Chad.
The train of reasoning has run its course. Okay, the train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken.
That's my best accent. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, what? And now, whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true, at least. But how? How the deuce did I know that, How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? Well, of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madame. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being as you are a merciless revolutionary. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower.
But no, I don't.
And when the very bond occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too.
No, I did not.
Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide from the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes.
No, I don't know. What is he talking about? Just to be clear, you are talking about me, are you? Your British accent is honestly pretty gay. It's not, chat. I know what real British people sound like, and it's not how I sound like.
Certainly I am.
Oh my god, what is this pose?
Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name. I don't even see one person who fits the bill.
How did I look Russian to him?
So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama.
What?
And you're plotting a revolution too.
Susato, why are you believing this?
It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked.
No, listen, there's no way I...
Hiya!
Genuine idiot or unhinged genius, you may never know. She's a show simp, as am I, honestly.
Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous.
I don't know how we got to the deduction that me, Ryunosuke, is an assassin.
How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously.
I can't even speak Russian!
Oh, forgive me.
And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. I love this pose, I'll be honest.
Ah, but was I not right? Whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament, do you not?
Well, yes, maybe.
Ha! There you have it, you see? What do you make of that,
Well, to be honest,
this ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So, I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more plain observation.
Ooh, shots fired! Ryunosuke firing the shots fired! If you love that pose, you will love his dancing. Oh my god, I'm not ready for the dancing, Liko-kun.
Indeed. An observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right.
I don't think you introduced yourself.
Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me.
Let's go. The introduction.
I'm none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable... What is it? The inimitable Sherlock Holmes.
So it's really you, the actual Sherlock Holmes.
The very same, the inimitable, actual Sherlock Holmes.
Wow, inimitable. I've never heard of inimitable. Things to write down on my vocabulary, Chad.
Do you know this man, Susato-san? The most famous detective in the world? Naruhodo-san, of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him.
What planet have I been living on then?
You must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure.
Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Okay, shall we converse with the great detective?
So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Sherlock Holmes. Oh, I see, you're German. Herlock, was it? No, I have no hair. I mean hair. What?
I have hair. Please call me Holmes.
You can't read...
Or you just said you can't.
You can't read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication.
I can't read British, chat.
Publication. Oh yes, Rand's magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain.
Is he the gumshoe of this game? I am assuming yes, he is the gumshoe of this game.
I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. Ah yes, here it is, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories then? Indeed I am. And you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective. Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward. Backward? My trusty biographer records the greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London.
Dr. Wilson? Oh, it's Wilson!
I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy as of late.
Oh my god, this pose.
Why, this very moment,
I can't read with this accent.
Why, this very moment I am returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really, I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not.
Wilson! What are you doing, Wilson? Let's go, Wilson. Where's Wilson? I wonder if we're gonna meet him.
Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form. A science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows on the skin, all these things are data. Right. And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye.
British, I'm British, chat.
The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can he look me in the eye and claim that?
I feel like my British accent is just a mix of random hodgepodge that I can think of. It's just no specific accent at all. It's just British. Oh, Nym's British. What Nym thinks British people sounds like.
So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Holmes.
Kazuma's death. Wilson was a doctor in the first case, right? Was he? Was he a doctor, Wilson? But he's dead! But that guy's dead! I think it's Watson. I think it was a doctor. No, wait, it wasn't a Watson.
Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything?
Well,
my dear fellow! Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right! It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Ah, I see, in other words. I'm in these now because of him. When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among the number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Sherlock Holmes was on board. The handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo.
Amelia Watson. What was the name of the doctor? Was it Dr. Wilson? But he's dead. Was it him? It was him. He's dead. Damn, Wilson just died in front of our very eyes.
The moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh really? Two facts, you say?
The two facts. Yeah, I want to know the two facts.
Mr. Holmes, tell us, please. What two facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning? Oh yes, but first, let me be precise. Two facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to elucidate. Elucidate? What is elucidate? The two facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. The cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Holmes, what made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor.
What? Where? It's not in that. Keep it down. Not.
That is the Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian?
Don't worry, Sho's partner is still alive. Okay, so Wilson is not his partner?
In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian. Kazuma was Russian, was he? Initially, I considered Garderobe may be the name of the killer. Perhaps Robert God, perhaps. But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least. Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly. Quite so. I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. And I had no idea the detective could get something so wrong. Shows. I took a photograph of the victim and the message, that I might analyze it for possible hidden details.
Oh, there it is. Wait, what if was Kazuma right-handed? What if he's left-handed? Just saying, chat. What if he's left-handed?
This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this.
It's not true, Yunosuke! It's not true! He's alive! We believe! He draws his sword with his right hand. I doubt it. That's true. He does draw his sword with his right hand.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes, thank you.
The photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the courtroom record.
Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that. Oh yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining the train of reasoning to me, do you think?
I don't know what that means. Go ahead.
Certainly, if it interests you.
How many times? I'm not Russian and I don't speak Russian. To be fair, Ace Attorney mentors have a history of death after the tutorial case. That is true. I should have known that he would die. This has happened not once, but twice in Ace Attorney. I still can't connect why Kazuma writes wardrobe at all yet. I'm so invested. I have a feeling that the wardrobe in Russian was written by the real criminal to kind of like frame me, perhaps. I don't think Kazuma wrote that at all. I don't think Kazuma could write Russian, to be honest.
Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me, I mean? Ah, the now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in. Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part. Ah yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads...
Oh, that doesn't look like me at all!
Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered.
Since when was Kazuma Russian? But that means they need to know the close wardrobe, Rinosuke, which means Sasato. But then Sasato doesn't know I was in the wardrobe at all either. Maybe they kind of just deduced. Maybe they opened the wardrobe. No, but then the wardrobe was not open. Maybe they opened the wardrobe, saw me inside, closed it, and then put the... Like, they must know I must have been in the wardrobe. How would I be knocked out asleep in the wardrobe? I must have been drugged somehow. With the chicken! I was drugged with the freaking chicken! And Kazuma doesn't like eating chicken, so he wasn't drugged. The person who wanted to kill Kazuma thought he drugged Kazuma, but he didn't because Kazuma didn't eat the chicken. I did, and I got drugged. Oh my god, that's totally what happened. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. That's totally what happened. Sounds like an Ace Attorney story to me.
It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you, Villain Bolshevik. No, how could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face.
That's true. I don't look. Well, come on.
Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well. Please. And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list, need I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower.
You should check newspaper once it enters your court record. Don't worry, Liko-kun. I got it.
I got you, Liko-kun. Believe in me. Believe in the process. Trust the process. Oh yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man. The Mon.
Do I say the Mon or the man? Do British people say Mon? No, they don't.
The man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far, and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can't be no mistake. Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? And what about the part where he said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in the article, Bolshevik is recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place. Here, take the paper for yourself, as a little memento of this great deduction. Oh, thank you. I've absorbed all that is of interest to me within its pages. But I see no rubbish bin nearby.
The article about a revolutionary has been entered in your court record, okay.
And you may find the article at the back of page of interest as well. On the back? Cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret. It's all written in Russian, I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article, maybe there might be a picture or two.
Okay, I got it. Okay, let's ask the last question for Sholmes right here.
Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma, oh yes, the victim. Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all? Observe, for a moment, the desktop of the victim. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. London Diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. But I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Nihongo Jozu desu. Oh, I see. You are Nihongo Jozu. Well, you're about to know what a Susato takedown is. Susato-san, aren't you going to throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. What on earth do you mean?
Soup! Life is so unfair.
Anyway. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear that the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. I thought you were Nihongo Jozu. A smattering, dear boy, a smattering is me. I've only watched a few, those anime you call them. Sayonara, Bonsai, Mikado, Nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. I can also say Oni-san and Senpai. But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, of which I can't read precisely none. I am Nihongo Jozu, but I can't read kanji, as you see. So what was all that showing off about before, then? If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm much obliged, my dear madam.
My, Mr. Sato, you're looking quite kawaii today. No, chat, she's a Shom simp.
The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. A whistling sound? These are very deep waters. Pray, go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. I knew it was in the ventilator! Someone did the vent. A speckled band? What on earth does that mean? I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before. The ventilator grill, you say. The man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin! Kazuma's diary has been entered into the court record.
I knew it. I knew it's a vent situation.
So I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least. Do you have somewhere to go? As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe, and if I am still too long, the seasickness takes hold. Oh, I suppose. You're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to. Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds revel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence, the truth will become clear soon enough.
I think I'm losing my accent. I'm just tired.
Do you think perhaps that we could go with you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Oh, these. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter, no? There's no point in trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not really.
So what? Were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. What is happening with Sholmes? The killer choked Kazuma using a speckled band on the other side of the room. A brilliant deduction. Hello, Auntie Yu. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening. We are investigating the murder of Kazuma.
Well, anyway, that was then, and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part once more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate.
Now he's just being plain rude. I have met Husbando again, but he is, you know. Oh, you're talking about Sholmes or Kazuma?
And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. Naruhodo-san, what are you standing there for?
Huh?
We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way I can. Hiya!
She just broke it? She just broke it? You mean Sholmes. Of course, best husbando. I like his pose.
After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate? As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door. Good idea! The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this and bring the real culprit to justice.
Oh, damn! When did he get here? Is that...
Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? Oh no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before.
Oh my god, it's Hosonaga! He's back, chat. She's back. Was it a fan of Susato whose first instinct was violence? I kind of like her spunk. I'm enjoying her spunk. I like her throughout the whole game. She's more subtle and wise compared to the other assistants. Yeah, I like her spunk. But I do like Maya a lot. No one can top Maya in my book.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, what can I do for you? That's definitely him. There he is!
I recognize that face, but it can't be.
It is! It's the blood dripping.
I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga.
No one can top Maya, but Susato is a close second. I will have to spend more time with her to understand.
Hello again. What are you doing here?
I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you. My heart stopped.
Nearly stopped, I hope.
I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board this ship.
Again?
Who is giving Hosonaga orders? I feel like it's like an underlying villain here, or some kind of person who knows everything.
You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector.
If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask.
I never expected to see this man on board, but perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation.
It's Susato's father? Maybe. He is a pretty wise old man. What are your special orders, sir?
So what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew?
Oh, I don't think he can tell us. I'm so sorry. Huh? This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. It was Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Assassinated? How could that even been a possibility? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jigoku said we should prepare for all eventualities.
This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated?
Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew.
I see.
And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board. From morning until night, every day, I stalked him. Every step you take, every move you make, every line he said, everything he did, I was watching him. But I never imagined it would have happened here inside his own cabin, not here on the first class deck. You'll come to realize how important the name Jigoku is to the story. He does sound pretty important. He does. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector. So if there's anything at all I can do to help now, just say the word. And yes, we shall. Asunaga is spinning. Asunaga actually sings very well. Do you guys know that? Would you like to guess who Jigoku is? Hint, you've already met him. No, I want to be surprised. I want to be surprised. I want to be surprised by the story. I'm not gonna think about it too much. We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer. Of course not.
We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door.
Yes, so we need to be allowed out of his cabin. I'm sorry. Oh wait, that was me who said that. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door, the stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive.
What do you mean?
If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. But I don't see how. Hello, Nico there! British! Wait, I did try to be British quite a while ago with Sherlock Holmes, but now I'm doing my weird accent that's weird.
There may be a way.
What? Really?
Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession.
Evidence?
It's just the same as when you are in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel and choose some evidence that Inspector Hosonaga could use. So evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes, I think I might know what we can use. Let's see if I can present the evidence with the evidence.
Let's see if I can present the evidence with the evidence.
Let's see if I can present the detective with the evidence he needs to persuade the captain.
Nym, drink water, don't catch a sore throat again. I will. Okay, let's look at the court record, guys. We should also probably look at this newspaper. Let's examine it. Oh, a princess! A ballerina! Or is she a princess?
This is interesting. Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san? Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. I can't read a single word, I'm afraid. No, nor can I, but look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think? She's very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you would enjoy articles like this, do you?
I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. Oh my god, when did he get here? I like how literally he wasn't in the room and he just pops up suddenly. I just like to imagine he just pops out of the blue. Like we don't notice he's there.
I'm glad you...
Bleh. Bleh, I can't do British.
I'm glad you've noticed this article. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes.
He came here to specifically tell you about the article, then leaves without elaborating.
It's about the
How would a British person say this?
It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of a Novovich ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova.
I do like Pavlova. Why are Russian names so hard to remember?
It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found missing from her dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara as you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles.
What is rubles? How much is 20,000 rubles?
I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money.
Susato's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves.
The tiara is a property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Yes, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain. Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country? It does seem to be the Russian thing to do.
What do you mean it seems like the Russian thing to do?
I'm not even going to dignifying that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo.
The article about the ballerina has been entered in the court record. Okay, I understand. Did we talk about this already? Did we examine this? Hey, yo, Naruhodo! Naruhodo, you can't just make that kind of statement. Not in while I'm streaming.
I'm afraid I can't read a word of Russian. No, me neither. I have no idea what any of this says.
Oh, there he is. I'm back at it again. Just here to explain and then leave.
The pair of you floundering is a sorry sight. Allow me to offer some assistance. The article on the front page of this newspaper is concerned with a fearsome Russian revolutionary. It reads, "Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai." Yes, you told us that before. It reveals also that those who see this man's beard with their own eyes never live to tell the tale.
What?
Oh my goodness, he is fearsome!
What a fearsome beard indeed.
Well, presumably the newspaper photographer was alright, wasn't he? The solution is obvious, of course. If he despises his beard to that degree, he only needs to shave it off. I'm not quite sure that's the problem, Mr. Sholmes.
What was that? Typical Russian behavior. Flee from home. Naru base Rinosuke. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this is what we need to present. Most likely. Right? Wait, how do I present? Is it X? Is it not X? Oh, here, percent. Percent! I thought I presented. What's happened? What's happening? What's the... Wait, hold on. There's something blocking my screen, chat. Hold on. Let me just... We are going to... cover this for a moment because you're gonna... Because I had to... Oh, yeah, I've been clicking X to percent. What is this on? I've been clicking X to percent. Okay, you guys can't see my... I'm only on window capture, that's why. I presented this! I swear I did. What? Oh wait, what was the accent I gave you? What's that?
It's Kazuma's diary. Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary.
Strange? In what way?
He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
A speckled band? That is strange.
Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that, but what I'd like to know is...
Don't tell me the ventilator, is it?
You're very astute, Inspector.
He is an inspector. That ventilator clearly joins the next door cabin.
That's right. So if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was.
Alright then. Let's go, Hosonaga, for the win! I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain is giving me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you.
Really? You're willing to do that?
Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though.
Well, what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders?
I'm a man of my word. And I promise that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. Also, are you from Japan or Transylvania? Blah, blah, blah. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do. he's a hafu. He's a hafu. He's half vampire, as you can see.
Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move and we can leave this cabin at last.
Move, alright. I just have to select move. Imagine someone telling you how just select move to move. Okay.
Shall we, chat? Shall we enter the next cabin?
9th January, 7:48 a.m. SS Buria, first class cabin, passageway.
Phew, I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting.
Hosanaga's gonna get beaten up. How did we leave with the Russian guy? The Russian crew member standing guard. You know, like, I just like to imagine Hosonaga was like, had to hold him back. Had to like fight him so that we could leave this cabin.
It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be, and this is the most luxurious accommodation.
Wait a minute. How did the government how did government get enough funding for Kazuma to ride first class?
Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put in a first-class cabin.
Wow, they really got the funds.
Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage. Really, that must be awful.
Oh, that guy. Who is that guy?
Oh, look over there. That's another crewman keeping watch, and he looks enormous, even if he is sitting down. The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't.
I suppose, like people in handcuffs?
Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already.
Girl, I was in a wardrobe for 2 weeks.
Well, yes, I know, but the thing is,
I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside a little wardrobe.
it must have been a very trying time for you.
Please don't give me that pitying look. I would do anything for Kazuma. A room? I get to share a room with Kazuma? Oh my god. Oh, do we have to... Can we examine? Oh, we can examine this.
That's a huge book on top of the table there. And there's a pen next to it. Yes, that looks like a ship's log. Shall we have a little look through it? The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting.
The sailor's just like... What did you say? And nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment.
I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruhodo-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank.
Presumably, that means there was nothing to report. I've been in Kazuma's trunk for 2 weeks, and I've also been in his trunk for 2 weeks. Yeah, inside Kazuma's trunk, indeed, chat. Indeed. Okay, let's look at this. The ship section.
This looks like the plan of the SS Burya. It shows each deck, look! The Burya is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering! Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but... how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean?
I've actually never really thought about that.
Oh, that's really simple, Naruhodo-san.
It is? Buoyancy?
Well, consider the Japanese archipelago. The islands of Japan? Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than the ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them.
Well, I suppose so. That was it? That's the only explanation they could provide me with? The islands are so large. So even a ship could float. And you know what? That's not... Susato-san, you are right. You are so right. Let's look at the fire alarm, I think. I don't think the lands are floating exactly. They're not floating. I don't think they float either.
What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it. Oh, an alarm. It says, press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop. Oh, this I have to see. What are you doing, Naruhodo-san? You mustn't touch it!
But this is an emergency situation! Just look at these handcuffs!
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation.
I wish everything would just stop. This ship included.
If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else.
This reminds me of the time I rang the emergency alarm in the. You remember that story, Chad, when I accidentally pulled the red string and it was an emergency alarm for the disabled? And then I blamed it on the baby because I didn't want to seem like a grown ass woman pulled the emergency alarm because she wanted to know what it was. Oh, good times, good times. I've told this story before. But yeah, I was. Look, bro, you what? Look, I've told this story before, but for those who have not heard this story in my chat, I was in the UK. I was in Britland, and in the Philippines, we don't have emergency systems in the disabled toilets. I've never seen this before, okay? I've never seen this before. In the Philippines, we don't have the disabled call button in the toilets. I don't know why. We should have them, but we don't. We don't have that red string that you pull. So, thing is, I was with my sister. She got a baby. I was helping her change the baby's diaper. And we were in the disabled toilets because that is where the changing table is. So, I was like, look at this red string. I wonder what it's for. She's like, do you think it's the flush pulley system? I'm like, oh, is that how you flush the toilet? So I pulled it. Dangling red string. And I'm like, that's how you flush the toilet. Yeah. Pulled it. Alarm starts going off. And I'm like, shit. lady, the waitress, not really the waitress, it was a coffee shop. The staff, the cashier lady, knocks on the door and she's like, oh, are you all right in there? Because, she's British. So I'm like, I opened the door slightly. I'm like, oh, yes, we're all right. I'm so sorry. The baby pulled the string by accident. We're okay in here. I'm so sorry. But really, it was me. It was me. I just didn't want to look bad. I was very grown. If you want to know how long ago this was, it was like I was a grown woman. Is what you all gotta know. Nym, no, I didn't know what it was, guys. I didn't know it was the emergency. I should have known anything red. Do not touch anything red. I'm not the baby. I blamed the baby. I had to blame the baby. I just had to. Okay, story time over, chat. Story time over. Nym saw the string and her cat instincts took over. I couldn't. It was red and I wanted to pull it. Okay. I couldn't help myself. Mga tita talaga sinisisi ang pamangkin. I'm sorry, guys. The baby is innocent. No one would be angry at the baby. The baby took the fall for me. Thank you so much to my niece for taking the fall. She won't remember any of this, chat. She won't remember that I blamed her for pulling an emergency string when I did it. She'll never remember that. It's fine. I remember like walking out of the toilet and my parents just looking at me and like the most god awful what did you do face. And I'm like, don't worry, Mom. I blamed it on the baby. Look, I couldn't. My pride couldn't take it. She'll watch this one day, maybe. One day. But today is not that day. We'll probably tell her about it one of these days. When she's old enough, she'll understand. She'll understand what it's like. She'll understand why I had to do it.
Ah, a trap for catching mice. Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Let me see. Yes, I think that's what it's called. Cheese. It's made from the milk of cows. Cheese? Cheese? Cheese! I wonder what cheese tastes like.
You hope she'll do that to another baby. I'm sure of that. Look. It's self preservation. It's a dog eat dog world out there, chat. Gotta preserve my dignity.
You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap shut your fingers. Really? But... I suppose you're right. But I really wanted to try the cheese. You weren't actually going to try it, were you? All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe.
Eating Kazuma. I mean Kazuma's leftovers, not eating Kazuma. I see red, I press. That is me. I see red. Ooh, big red button. I press. Nimly cancelled. No. Only destroying the reputations of children. Look, no one's gonna blame the baby for anything, but they're gonna blame a grown-ass woman. It had to be done.
Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later.
Why are we canceling them? I thought we were canceling the baby. Yeah, cancel the baby. Is this the room next door?
This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask.
Oh, okay. Oh! Well. Oh. Got a bunch of abs to my face.
Oh, excuse me, we need to get inside this cabin here.
He is ripped, chat. He's very ripped. You see that? You see that ab line? You see the ab line? Oh, hey there, big boy. You see those abs, chat? The sailor outfit too?
This sailor's eyes speak volumes. They're clearly saying keep out. That's what I wrote on the sign we put over the wardrobe doors. Although this man's version is definitely more effective.
Yeah, the hip bone, chat. Look at that.
It doesn't look like he's going to let us pass. That's a problem.
Maybe we can distract him somehow. Let's talk to him. Not because he's ripped. I just want to talk to him. Grab that cheese and make some mozzarella. You like it once more, you know his name. Oh.
Excuse me, but could I ask you something?
You little stowaway murderer.
That wasn't a good start, was it?
Mostly chest in the face. Me. Me, oh no, that licking, no.
Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you?
You little third-class lady's maid.
Oh.
We seem to have caught this sailor in a bad day, Susato-san. I should make his voice darker. Maybe I should make his voice like, not darker, deeper. Deeper voice. I am not sailor. My mother gave me name. I am senior crewman, Beef Stroganoff. Beef Stroganoff. Ayo, I am craving for some beef stroganoff. Are you, chat? Are you craving some beef stroganoff? He's definitely beefy. Ay. Phew, the best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Mouth's watering. I want a piece of that beef.
Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area.
Here we are in finest part of Buria steamship for very important persons.
What sort of very important persons?
Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret, many important persons. That is why I am always guarding this place.
Gosh, that's amazing.
But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean, but Stroganoff is not animal.
Honestly, sir, pick me up and throw me in the ocean. Pick me up, please. pick me up. Chat, I'll raise up hands in chat who wants to be picked up and thrown into the ocean by beef stroganoff. Thank you.
If I may, I was wondering. Is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied?
He's gonna throw you using only one hand. Damn, yeah, man. Handle me, Sailor Stroganoff. I'm good, thanks.
Yeah.
Susato-san, did you understand that? It sounded like da.
Oh, is it a da?
Da. I think it's probably Russian for yes. Or no. Genius.
It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yes, it's tantalizing.
Yeah, who is the passenger? What if it's Sherlock Sholmes in that model? Stroganoff is no animal. No, you're a whole beast. I like how we're chats collectively simping for beef stroganoff.
Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's?
His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylott. He's very important Western gentleman.
A Western gentleman?
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy.
How can you be so sure about that?
Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Islands.
Whoa, okay. He's a little bit racist, but that's okay. I'll forgive it. That was harsh.
Can you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard?
That is not your business.
Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there.
It was another time, Nym. I can fix him. It's okay, chat. We can fix him.
Well, presumably, this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins. He must be rather important, is that right?
You know what, chat? He can get better. People change. Oh no, Nym.
That is none of your business.
What happened last night?
Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff?
The all time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out.
I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all?
It is sad about student boy.
Were you on watch last night as well?
Of course.
And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual?
Oh, whoa. I don't know what that meant.
I want Stroganoff Seaman, chat. No. No, not the seaman. Not the seaman. I hate that I got that right away. I hated that I got that right away.
Susato-san, did you understand that?
I wanted to. Please, chat. Let's go. We're all simping for the seaman.
It was clearly a no.
I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all.
And you didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way.
I said no.
Sorry.
Why is he tanned in like the weirdest places, Chad? That's what I'm wondering. Like, why is he lighter and like, what is this? Did he wrap himself and tan himself? Why is he tan like? Why is your tan like this? Which tanning salon did you go to, sir?
I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there.
I guess we can't go in.
This is enough. I cannot say more now.
Oh,
It's time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin.
yes, all right.
Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain, or as English say, when the pigs fly.
Yes, I understand.
Man, how are we gonna get to the other room?
Good, now we can investigate this area properly, shall we?
Oh, because he left. Ah, I see.
Definitely.
Okay, now that he's gone, can we move to the room then? He's going for the most aesthetic tan line award. It does take a lot of effort to get that kind of tan line, so I applaud the effort.
This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask.
Open up! Open up! This is the police! FBI, open up!
No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help us with our inquiries. How annoying.
What was that?
What was that? It came from inside the cabin. Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman.
Oh, it was high. Ah! Wait, I'll do a better scream. Ah!
Stand aside!
Oh my god, it's Sholmes.
I'm about to break the door down. Mrs. Sholmes! I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges. Please wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted. It doesn't. Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick?
I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. And that goes like, let me kick the door, let me do it. And we're just holding him back. That's what I imagine. 9th January, SS Furia, first class cabin number 2. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's him! Isn't that the guy in the newspaper, Chad? Isn't he? Kick him. He did have a womanly scream. Who are you?
A Western gentleman. This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream.
A woman! Don't be absurd! As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin.
True, this old man does appear to be the only person in here.
Oh, look, he's wearing your school uniform. No, he is so not my school uniform. What is he, Waluigi?
Waluigi! Exactly.
But in that case, who just screamed?
Get out, all of you, now!
Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Roylott, I believe.
Yes, that's me, and you are...
I am the one and only, the actual Sherlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt.
No!
I am a great detective among great detectives, one who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you may trust me completely. The man uses that magazine like a business card.
A detective. I do not trust detectives.
Grimes B. Royland is an actual character in Sherlock Holmes. Ah, I understand. Gotta go, Nym. Gotta fill out paperwork to start my next job. Enjoy Sailor Stroganoff chat. Goodbye, Arik. Thank you for joining us.
We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So might I be bold as to ask you to open that small traveling case?
What? Don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that?
Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk.
Don't look at me.
Oh my god, there is something in the trunk.
Oh my, did you see that, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, the case just shook.
Leave now. Otherwise, I call the steward.
So this is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grimes B. Roylott. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something. I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns.
I guess we just gotta talk to him. I'm gonna take a sip of water, chat, because
The Waluigi voice is hurting my throat.
Mr. Roylott, we'd like to ask you to talk to you about something.
No!
Oh,
I do not want to talk. Leave my cabin now.
oh, this is going terribly. We're not getting anywhere here. I agree, but there may be someone else who can help.
what? Perhaps why is he in the car? Why is he just sitting there?
Perhaps a great detective could get somewhere with Mr. Roylott.
Do we talk to the detective or just converse? Let's see.
Mr. Roylott, we'd like to talk to you about something.
No!
Oh,
I do not want to talk. Leave my cabin now.
voice acting 10 out of 10. Thank you, Kusogaki.
Oh, this is going terribly. We're not getting anywhere here.
I agree, but there may... Okay, we have to call on... We have to present him, I guess. Maybe we have to present him. Can I present him? What if we present our badge? I am a student. Guess we have to talk. Okay, we talk to him here. Okay, I see.
Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes? You need only address me as Sholmes. That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course. Resting? Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of detection into service. Oh! And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken?
Well, actually, you're spot on for once.
Observe closely.
He has a scissor!
Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret?
Vodka!
Vodka! Why, the truth, of course.
Oh, I thought vodka. I was thinking vodka, but that could work. But vodka.
Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians.
A gun? Yeah, exactly. In the form of vodka.
Right. Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it?
Oh yes, please.
Well then, what you are about to see may well astound you. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case.
Oh no, my God. Okay, let's see what he's got, chat. Let's see. Let's see what he got. Maybe I could have just given you vodka, but okay.
Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you?
What?
From time to time, it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness?
I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you or anyone. I love Sholmes, honestly.
That's right, and Mr. Sholmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on the first meeting, but I once read, it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment. Shush. I must have complete silence.
What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that?
Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I have reached two incontrovertible...
It's hard to read.
I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions.
What? What you mean?
Number one, your true identity is that of a villain.
What?
Using those shears, you are about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered.
What?
Does it not?
Ah!
Oh, Naruhodo-san! I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes.
The spectacular logic and reasoning. That was a great deduction.
Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person.
What? What an effable twaddle!
Oh yes, I read about it countless times in the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. And now I've experienced the astounding impact of his great deduction firsthand.
This is like a dream come true! I can hardly believe it, but all the color has drained from Mr. Roylott's face. It looks like somehow both Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right.
How could you? How could I possibly know such things, you wish to say? Very well then. I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So do I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together. Together?
What is this game? Old man's identity. I mean, isn't it from the newspaper? Isn't he that guy in the newspaper? What is this? What is happening? Whoa. Things be moving, Chad. I will use this technique in the future with a Russian. I will too.
So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott, obviously what catches the eye in the first place is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could possibly want such an implement? What could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer of course, is staring us in the face. You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now moving on.
Whoa. He's got style, chat.
The question that begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper. In particular, the fascinating front page article, which it would appear you have read also, Mr. Roylott. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, villain Bolshevik.
I mean, I could have noticed that just by looking at him, to be honest. I could have seen that just...
Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand.
A revolutionary on the run. Topic 2. Wrongdoing. What is the wrongdoing?
Now, as for my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime, over there. Oh yes, Mr. Roylott. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. Oh! And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth.
Why am I talking? Why am I speaking so weirdly now?
Eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies in the furtive glance false. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare.
No, I refuse.
I want a British voice. No, chat. I'm doing the most awful, what I think British people would sound like.
What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? We ask, cause I'm British. But my estimation, a young lady, perhaps, one slight enough to fit there.
How can a lady fit there, though?
Fit therein.
Don't be absurd.
And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case?
The ballerina! Because she's flexible.
Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? You careless kudoel, I don't know how to say that, betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. For there is another, most stimulating article.
Let him cook. Okay, I will let him cook.
If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction.
Objection.
And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova.
Kidnapping of a young ballerina. He really cooked there. Damn. Sherlock Sholmes. He's on a roll.
Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma, Elemensky. Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here for a moment?
He cooked wrong? What?
Pray, what can I do for you? It's about your deductions, would you mind?
What? Ryunosuke sounded British?
It's about your deductions, would you mind? Not at all, go on. Well, to start with, there's that newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but... these two men look nothing like each other.
That is true, they do not... They do not look like each other.
Oh yes, I recall our discussion earlier. At that time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance. In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look more like this man than you do. That's not the point. And another thing, that part about him abducting the ballerina. Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly!
He overcooked. It's okay, Mr. Sholmes. I believed you. I actually believed him. I actually thought he was right. He had the pizzazz, the swag. He convinced me. He had the charm.
You'd lucky to fit a 5-year-old child into that case, even if you pushed really hard. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I? Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from the case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain litheness in their bodies. Vinegar? For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case. Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes. But this whole thing is turning into a circus.
He does speak with so much confidence. I believed it. I'm a fan, Liko-kun. I'm now simping from Sholmes.
Mr. Naruhodo, something occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' seductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seem a little off.
Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Mrs. Sato.
It's just one or two keywords in his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think? Switch some keywords in his deductions. Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Shom's great deduction. Precisely the thought that I was going through my own mind. This man's a lot of work. At times, I wonder how anyone puts up with me.
It's not that funny.
Ah, and you, my good fellow. Sorry? Take a moment to look at your wrist.
My wrist? Oh! How did that happen?
Ah, where are your handcuffs? Huh? How did... I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. I don't believe it! Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel! And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished.
I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this.
So, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
Yeah, let's dance. Let's dance.
Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes.
Old man's identity. A revolutionary on the run. Okay.
So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott, obviously what catches the eye in the first place is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could possibly want with such an implement?
Okay, what could he possibly want with such an implement?
The answer, of course, is staring us in the face.
Can I not read this? We're done with this. But I do want to do my really bad British accent.
You were on the verge.
Oh, this is where we stop him.
I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard? I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. Doesn't quite sit right with me, though. It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either. Which means, I suppose, that the deduction is wrong. Let's try to switch a key word here, Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps matters.
A dance of deduction, one of the greatest mechanics in Ace Attorney. I am excited for this.
Alright, but how? I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott. I wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears on.
Maybe he's trying to cut the paper in his pocket.
Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Shom's seduction better, then what? Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san. Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around in that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylott really going to use those enormous shears for?
Cut the paper, perhaps? Can I move it down? Can we move it? How do we move down? How do we... What is this? What is this behind him? Golden locks. Oh, the golden locks. Yes. The golden lock. He's a lady. He's a lady.
You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport. Indeed, you have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man.
Old man. Man. Why am I keep saying man?
You're not a man at all, you're a woman! And judging from the length and sheen of your hair, one still very much in her youth.
Oh no! Only I admit.
Oh wait, she's a girl now, so should we do the girl?
If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. question begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks?
The old man, you.
Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Well, that was a shock. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you? What? Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was a surprise, Naruhodo-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Sorry? You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing facts with Mr. Sholmes.
Oh my god, it's a new ship, chat. Mr. Sholmes and Ryunosuke!
I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything.
Yeah, I think she's the ballerina.
Understand? Say no more. Well, anyway, let's shall we? Evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now. No, that's true, given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman. Exactly, he, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary. I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now. Yes. Let's switch the evidence for something else, something that fits the facts as we now understand them. For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Alright, I'll do my best.
The article about the ballerina!
The evidence that reveals your true identity is of course the article about the ballerina. That's right. Oh. That's right. That's right, you've hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina. Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Dun dun dun.
Damn, that got caught in his hat. Take it off, take it off, take it off, take it off, take it off. Damn, Chad. Damn. Hello, mommy. Sorry, mommy. Sorry, mommy. I don't know how to do a Russian accent. Waifu though? Waifu?
I have to do the mommy voice. You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone.
Dun dun dun! A ballerina on the run. Solved! We did it, chat!
Now, as for my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime, over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have the propensity to let their eyes stray, you see.
I don't know. I don't know how to do her voice.
And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, the traveling case. This woman is the ballerina and she's right in front of our eyes. So clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well. No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? Maybe she's smuggling a pet. It's a pet! Because no pets allowed. No pets allowed. Huh, I see I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. You look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes?
Oh, I ship it, Chad. I do like a dance.
Stop it! Baka. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to.
I've switched the ship, Chad. There's a new ship now. Herlock, Sholmes, and Naruhodo.
It's a very small case, isn't it? You can see instantly that no person could possibly fit inside there. So does that tell us that Miss Pavlova's telling glance in this direction was focused on something else? If that's true though, it doesn't make sense.
Kazuma's ship is sinking quite dead even. I mean, I can't ship him with a dead person, so what are you gonna do, Chad?
What do you mean? Well, if there's nothing incriminating inside this case, why did she refuse to let us look inside? Yes, I wonder why. Perhaps she has a perfectly harmless reason, though.
Okay.
Yes!
No, wait, why did I percent? Oops, my bad. I just clicked X by accident, guys. I just clicked it by accident, please. Please, I just clicked it by accident. I clicked it by accident. Wait. Okay. Hold on. Let me observe. Okay. Let's try again. The traveling case. Crimes come in so many different forms. That's the thing. How can we be so sure?
Mr. Sholmes' observational skills are beyond question, Naruhodo-san. Miss Pavlova definitely let her eyes stray to something, and that something will explain everything. We must look around very carefully to try to work out what she was looking at.
Whoopsies.
Alright, I'll investigate the area more thoroughly.
Agreed. Okay. So what is the thing she is guilty of? The crown!
Yes!
The tiara!
She stole it! The proof of your crime is surely this tiara. I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet, is it not?
Oh wait, this is Sholmes. I forgot. I didn't do the accent.
Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in the newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft. Oh no. Yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you.
It's okay, girl. I like how when Ace Attorney, every time we catch them red-handed, they always get flung back like a physical damage.
I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone, and I need money.
I'll try to do a Russian accent, Chad, but
But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how'd you say, an Earl of Prussia. It belongs to me. This girl is only 15 years old and she's run away all by herself? She must have been extremely lonely. Alright, I will tell you everything. There is no point to hiding it now. Come, let us not be hasty. What? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. mystery. What do you mean? You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to include, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? Oh. My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I have ever laid eyes on them. Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we, you careless But Tracy, once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer.
Hey, it's the same arrangement.
Yes, the reason why you refuse to open the...
Okay, he's completely changed tack with his deduction now.
I think Mr. Shum is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all of this? It's just a wild guess, surely.
According to anime, attorneys just have airbending powers. Ah, that is true. That is true.
Oh, do you think so? Well, it does seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her. Yes, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. And there has to be another reason why she won't open her case. It must be somewhere in the same area if that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn. I agree, that's the only answer. Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase.
I knew it. It's the rules of passage, chat. Because she brought a pet. That's what I'm thinking. She
Yes!
brought a pet. Let's go!
Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova, inside your traveling case.
Oh, they're doing it at the same time. Let's go!
It's the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage. A pet! Ah!
Possession of a prohibited animal. Bum, bum, bum. Does that mean the objection finger is potentially a lethal weapon? It is. They do take physical damage from the pointing, from the objection. There is a bowl on the floor. I just noticed this now. There is a bowl, so it must be like a dog or a cat.
So clearly you aren't who you said you were. No, I am not Grimsby Roylott. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct. You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape to your homeland.
Your homeland, not to your homeland. Escape the homeland.
Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. Which couldn't have been easy. The Buria is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could she really have snuck on board without being noticed? In order to obscure your real identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. And you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone. So if it was just you about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin?
Dude beats Marvel Cat through loss. Let's go! Imagine that. Ace Attorney was in Marvel vs. Capcom, so... he did do the objection point. Maybe Biff Stroganoff helped her? You think so?
That veritable thinking of a bell, why, none other than this young lady, naturally. More like a full set of pipes if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they wouldn't come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how you say, disguise myself, so no one would recognize me. As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man. I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard, then just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper, right on the page, there was a picture of me.
The objection point has so much range and damage, going to trial must be wild. It's like a shotgun.
I was so frightened, I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand then. At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that from time to time.
Are those two even talking about the same thing?
There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? You were right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say any of the crew. Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us, in as much detail as you can muster, about the events of last night. Yes, alright. I will tell you. Well, Mr. Naruhodo? Wasn't it something, Mr. Shong's great deduction?
It was certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible!
Indeed, it is incredible! Ah, and one more thing. Oh yes, what? Observe your wrist. My...
Oh no, it's back!
Ah, your hands are cupped again.
What? What? Where? How?
True to my word, I have restored your shackles.
When? And why? Bro, why?
There is still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment.
Ah, can't it really?
Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was.
Okay, chat. I am going to pause it here, and this is where we end for the night because it is getting late, and this is where we end for the night. And then we'll continue this on the next stream. I'm gonna try to watch more Russian accents and try to get a Russian accent by the next time we stream so I can do Miss Pavlova justice. I'm gonna try to watch Russian people. That's the amount of dedication I have to this. I am going to watch Russian people and I will try to attempt that Russian accent. And maybe I should brush up on my British accent Tuesday in it. Do a Terminator. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'll be back.
I will try to brush up on my British, but you know, that's the most I can do. I need to see more Russians. I need to listen to more Russians, and then you know we'll try our best. I need to go down the Russian rabbit hole and try my best to get the accent as best I can. I'm not a good voice actor and I don't do accents. I probably need an accent coach, but I will try my best. I do wanna. I'm invested now. I'm invested in voice acting this. Well, thank you everyone. Wait, let's save. Let's save. How do I save options? Record save. Oh, not this one. Nope. Episode 2. Okay, we are investigation part 1, Miss Pavlova's cabin. So we are still in part 1. That is long. We are still in part 1. How many parts is this investigation at? We'll continue on the next stream. But yeah, this is where we end. Thank you. Thank you. And accidentally voice acting a Russian as British. I'm trying my best, chat. Thank you so much for coming to the stream, everyone. I'll see you. Okay, by the way, again, I don't have a stream for this coming weekend. So the next stream will be next week. But don't fret. Don't worry. Even if there's only one stream this week, next week we will have the chicken stream. Woo! Let's go. Chicken stream. Chicken stream. Chicken stream. Huh, huh, chicken stream. I don't know why I'm saying that with such chicken fight. So yeah, next time it's gonna be the chicken fight puppet stream where I do live puppetry. If you haven't seen my live puppets before, there is a stream that I've done, the Disney karaoke with live puppets. Hold on, let me link it to you guys and see. I have a stream where I have the puppet stream. My last puppet stream was the Disney karaoke. So yeah, it's similar to that. It's basically the same thing, but with the chicken fight puppets, the chicken puppets. Remember the VTuber chimkins we made? Yeah, we're gonna make them fight to the death. Fight to the death. Oh, also, I did promise Nym, who donated $50 to me, to show my parents the puppets. So I'll do that this weekend before we fight them to the death. I'll show it to my parents and I'll let them react to my beautiful work of art, which I will then make into a video and post it when I edit it. But yeah, I will record their reactions, their voice reactions. Of course, you shall not see what my parents actually look like. They are an enigma of mystery. Do a poll and make it more exciting. Yeah, we'll do a poll before the chicken fight. Who you think will win? But I can't have any. It's not a legitimate chicken fight because there's no gambling. We can't have gambling. No gambling, YouTube says. YouTube-kun says no gambling. So I shall follow YouTube-kun. This is not a gambling stream. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen because it's gonna be all improv. It's all improv. And then, yep. We don't know who's gonna win each chicken battle. But I have a bunch of surprises for you guys. It's basically me trying to emulate WWE, but with chickens. The fighting is okay, but the gambling is illegal. Yes. Chicken fighting, yes. Gambling? No. No gambling. No gambling here. Nope. YouTube. I'm not accepting any gambling money. Nope. Okay, chat. I shall be going now. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you, Nym. Yeah, I'll see you next stream. I don't know if I'll be posting a schedule, but definitely we will have at least I'll try to do 3 streams next week, but we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Or maybe 2 streams. I'll probably have 2 streams on Tuesday and Thursday. Not sure if I'll stream on Wednesday. We'll have Tuesday and Thursday streams next week, and then on the weekend, I am gonna take a break because I have something on my social calendar. I'm gonna touch grass. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out on a road trip, so I won't be seeing you guys on the weekend next week, and also this weekend because I also have stuff to do. I'm sorry, chat. I'm such a normie, having so much things on my social calendar. I have so many friends. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。